Yes, yes, people. Welcome to the Man United agenda. We have beaten Villa 1-0. Everyone was doubting us, but we've come through. 1-0, see the game out. My favourite result. Let's go. Welcome to the Man United agenda. It's just me today, just to do a post-match review. You just watched the game. Hopefully you guys saw it because it wasn't on mainstream Sky or anything like that. I managed to watch the game. Really good performance today. I'm so excited. We got the 3 points. That's the most important thing against side who are the form team of the league. That's Aston Villa. We gave them respect and we played really well today. We had to win our battles. We won our battles and our quality showed on in the end. And we proved, I mean, look, I'm not to boast or anything right now, but how I'm feeling right now, I feel like we proved we are a better team than them and deserved to be above them, despite their run at the moment under their new manager. Big up to Man United. He says no more live streams. We didn't do a live stream today. A few technical difficulties, but we will be back. Don't forget, Mr. B does the watch along, so we will be doing that very soon for the next game. Big up to Jeff. Did you watch the game? I'm sure you did in the States. He said, big up. You and I should do one. A stream or a show. You're always welcome to come on, Jeff. You know that, man. And here on the Man United agenda, yes, certainly. I'm on my own. Going to make this really quick. Going to go through the team selection, how we started the game today, because going into this game, I think there was a few doubts from fans, right, because of what happened at Spurs. Could we keep the win? We were 2-0 up. Yes, I'm on my own, Mr. B. You're welcome to come on if you want, if you saw the game. Column as well, great win today. Second anniversary of my granddad's passing away. He would have been proud of the performance today. So big up to your grandfather. Enough respect to you, Column. And yeah, you're always in your thoughts. People never die as long as they're remembered. That's how I see it. So respect to your granddad. Emma saying Bruno goal, Martinez assist. Wonderful, wonderful. All right, let's go through this, guys, because let's start with team selection today. Now, obviously, with what's been going on, we up against Spurs. We came back. They came back. We got the draw and Seville game. There's been a few question marks about our performances, but I think today we sort of stamped down our authority and showed that we're back. In my opinion, Dello right back, Shaw and Lindelof centre backs, and Malacia was left back. Now that's a talking point because Malacia was back in. Prior to that, we had Dallo playing at left back, and he played pretty well. He obviously scored against Nottingham Forest, and then he continued to keep that position. But Wan-Bissaka was dropped today. Malacia came in. Let me know, guys, how you think he played when we come to the players' ratings at the end. In midfield, magnificent. I'm buzzing of what I saw today. Casemiro and Eriksen. That's how it always should be. You got the Casemiro can play, can do everything, and Eriksen can play extra and do that little bit of magic. He's got that magic two-footed, dictate the tempo. They started today with Sabitzer. I read this wrong. I got sent a team sheet and I assumed it was Anthony on the right, but it was actually Bruno. So I thought, oh God, Bruno's missing. That's why Sabitzer's in. But Sabitzer obviously was playing in that number 10 role. We talk about him later. I wasn't too impressed. Rashford was up front with Sancho on the left and Bruno on the right. And Bruno, you have to give this guy credit. We talk about players and what they contribute to the club and how important they are. And I think Bruno is one of the most important players that we have right now. His versatility, he does everything. Going through a few more comments. Anytime you don't get a match in the UK, we can do one. Sorry for the lost column. Yep, here we go. Column from Emma and from Jeff. We're thinking about you guys. It's a 2-year anniversary for your grandfather. Brian saying, made hard work of it again. This team is absolutely crying out for a number 9. If we have Harry Kane, we win that by 4 or 5. The confidence alone he brings to our attack. Very interesting points there. I don't know what you guys think, but I agree with half of what Brian's saying there. Colin saying thank you for everyone. Ed Mayhem, how you doing, man? It's a week away. This time next week, Ed Mayhem, we would have played our 45 minutes and given Liverpool Fan TV or Cop TV the licks they deserve. So I hope to see you next week. So 7 days to go. Ed, really looking forward to meeting you. Obviously, guys, we've got merchandise for sale. And the channel, we got together a team. We're playing Cop TV channel, which is one of our sister channels, next weekend at Rayners Lane Football Club. I think it's a 3 o'clock kickoff or around that time. So everyone's welcome to come down there if you're in the area. Rayners Lane, myself, Mr. B, Errol, and a few faces that you know from Man United agenda, including Ed Mayhem, who's coming all the way from Birmingham, chaps, he will be playing as well. So make sure you tune in. It will be recorded, and you'll be able to see what we got left at our age, which is not much. Afternoon, gentlemen. Emma played well, strong selection. So we talk about team selection, obviously. Sancho had a good game. Why was he subbed off again? Well, come on, Emma. Let's go through the banners. I'll show you what I'm doing today. Team selection. Then I'm going to do the performance. Then we'll do the player ratings, and then we can choose a man of the match. So stay with me, guys. We'll just do the team selection now. I'm just going to go through a few more comments, and we get into the mix. You're scoring, man. Look forward to it. Brilliant. Yeah, Ed Mayman. I will be scoring goals next week. Emma's saying here, well, Jeff's saying to Emma, he said when he's taking certain players off, it's because he wants them rested for the next match as they come off. That's regarding the issue with Sancho coming off. Thick and fast games are coming for sure. Big up on Monday. Big up to Glenn. Glenn is our merchandise man in his factory. I hope you getting some time off, not working overtime with all these orders floating in, Glenn, for your mugs. We got great result today from Glenn as well, saying United played really well. I certainly think so. Mr. B's in the house, and on your own again. No, I'm not, because Mr. B has joined me. Can't hear him yet, but he will be joining me. And rooting for us against the COP TV team. Yeah, I can hear you now, bro. Team selection. Just talk about this, Mr. B. I'm gonna ask you a few questions here, because obviously Wan-Bissaka was dropped today. Do you think that was a tactical thing? Do you think it's just to rest him? What's your thoughts on Malacia coming in?
He spoke about players giving 90% and not 100%. I think Wan-Bissaka was one of those players. Certain times he was jogging across the pitch. When he was physically one-on-one, no problem. But to get into position, I think that he was one of the players who I think he did it. Maybe that's his style. But I think it was Wan-Bissaka who he was talking about, to be fair.
All right. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to stop you right there, Miss B, because you obviously got a new background. And there's a lot of people can do an observation here. Whose medals are they? And tell me all about these medals, what you've got going on around the back there.
They've got nothing to do with me. That one is a FIFA one. That is a FIFA one that I won 8 years ago, played with my brother. But all of these, they're all my sons. They've got nothing to do with me, mate. They've got nothing to do with me.
I mean, what, most improved player of the year? What sort of medals?
What's he got? Penalty winner.
Yeah.
He's got player up here somewhere and managers player up here somewhere.
Wow.
He's
only 10. What is he? 8 or 10?
10.
That's a lot of trophies, man, for a 10-year-old.
Yeah, he better not get too used to it.
Well, hopefully there'll be plenty more, especially your coaching and the way you put it in. I'll tell you something, you're one of my favourite football dads out there, because you do your own team, you do your son, and you're doing the Man United agenda as well. Football is just taking over your life, man. But you'll be rewarded with trophies like that. All right, so talk about midfield. Let me just go back. So you think it was because Wan-Bissaka's not putting enough effort in? That's why I dropped. Interesting point. I don't know what you guys think about that, but interesting point. I'm not going to challenge that just yet. Midfield, we had Eriksen and Casemiro today. That was the selection. Obviously, nothing to say about that. That's standard. Rashford was playing up front on his own. It could have been it could have been Martial, could have been Weghorst, but I don't think you can argue with that. On the left was Sancho, and on the right wasn't Anthony, it was Bruno. Your thoughts?
Bruno can play there, but I think he probably wanted to maybe lock up that central midfield a little bit more, with Sabitzer being a number 10. I'm not saying he worked harder than Bruno, but he's more destructive in a tackle, let's say. If he sees a player that needs to be tackled, he'll make the tackle. I don't think Bruno's tackling is on Sabitzer's level. But we saw earlier on in the season where Bruno was playing out on the right-hand side when Anthony didn't play. And he did fine. Yeah, I didn't see it as a problem. He doesn't have Anthony's pace, granted. But Anthony doesn't have a right foot that Bruno has. So I think that all in all, I think it worked perfectly. And Bruno is more than adequate to fit into that position, to be fair.
No arguments from me. Performance today. Let's talk about the first half. Obviously, we were up against Villa, and we talked about their threats earlier in the week, didn't we, Mr. B? And we were a bit concerned about their running power, the physicality, the box midfield that they play, their good defensive record. Watkins, being so potent and a real threat with his running power and strength. And I think we sort of put out their lights, blew it all out.
It's a snake tank, by the way. It's got my daughter's snake in it. bath
it's a
time.
snake. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, yeah,
There's a serpent in there.
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
God. What do you feed it?
I don't feed it anything. My daughter feeds it mice. I don't
What?
feed it anything on Monday.
Is
Trust
it
me.
true they use frozen ice, don't they? Sometimes frozen mice, not ice.
Yeah,
Frozen
frozen. Yeah,
ice.
it's frozen mice. Yeah,
Frozen ice
frozen
will be
mice.
cheaper. Yeah.
Frozen mice is what they eat, bruv.
Wow. Anyway, let's get on with the game. So performance
Right.
day, first half, was really impressed. Sabitzer played in Rashford early on. Ramsey punched it away on the left. In the 11th minute, we worked a chance again. We kept working opportunities. Rashford playing against a low block, coming deep, spinning off, getting in behind. Worked a corner that time. And then let's move on. There's plenty of opportunities going up. Casemiro played a ping left ball to right. Bruno squared it for Sabitzer. There's a lot of opportunities. Just like with Spurs game, we played really well. And then finally, in the 27th minute, the goal came. In the 38th minute, a chance came. A goal came. Rashford released down the left, shoots, pushed it wide, and Bruno slotted it home. So I'm trying to keep up with all the action here. So this chance was created by Casemiro because they've tried to play a high line. The ball was played out, and Casemiro, which is something I haven't seen for a while from our players, we don't win the first, second ball. He won the first ball with a powerful header.
Thank you.
And it ended up with Rashford running through on goal, shooting, and Bruno finishing his dinner, picking up the pieces. Wonderful goal.
It's about time. I wonder, what have we been screaming for the last 4 games, 5 games? They don't win duels. They don't win headed duels, especially in the middle. At the back, granted, Maguire does his fair bit. I think Lindelof did his fair bit today as well, and so did Shaw. But the midfielders, they don't win headers. And look what happens when we win the first one today. Bam, we're straight in. They didn't even have time to react to it. So, yeah, well done.
And then soon after that, obviously, that's a wonderful goal to score. Bruno, he's anticipating, isn't he? I was a bit frustrated with Rashford when he took that shot on. But obviously, the goalkeeper can only play it one way, and it's gone a bit wide. And Bruno's pick finished up and was alert to that. Fox in the box, you'd call that. But Bruno's an all-round player and does brilliantly. I want to say hi to Mike Green. I haven't seen you for a while, Mike. Hope you're doing well, bro. Nice to see you back on the channel. And Emma's saying here, to be fair, Villa barely conceded under Emery. However, they have scored a lot of goals. That's for sure. And Jeff and Bathtime are saying they should get Di Maria and stick him in your tank there behind you. Bathtime saying I thought Villa looked really good and we're a bit fortunate to get. We were a bit fortunate to get the win. Their offside trap was excellent. Well, I think we countered that brilliantly. We playing balls over the top and trying to play through them. Obviously, if they play the high line and that, we are going to get caught a few times. Rashford had a sort of goal opportunity soon after that as well, when he got played through. Because if the offside trap was so good, well, how come we were able to play through so many times?
Chances. Yeah.
It's interesting that. All right, so the first half stats, we were 64% possession, 36% to them. We had 8 shots in the first half, 4 on target, and compared to their 2 shots and 1 on target. That suggests to me, just like the Tottenham game, the first half, we came out with our game plan and we delivered. Mr. B.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, the difference was our midfield stood up to the challenge this week. I think especially in the first half, I thought they were very, very good. Because I mean, how much saves did De Gea make in the first half, to be fair?
Well, there's 1 shot on target, so whether he saved it or not, I'm not sure. But it was limited. I think they were quite limited to sort of creating chances. And I thought, wow, well done us. Because this is the team on a high, and I would expect them to score. They've scored in the majority of games. I think the last 12, 13 games, they've scored in every single game, which is a record for them. Second half, Lindelof, important header, cleared wide from Watkins early on. And the 54th minute, the third man run. This is something I want to go to the key points.
Yeah.
This is how we're playing our football, playing out from the back. Third man run, Malacia got played in, Malacia was everywhere today. And this is a way of opening them up. I thought it was brilliant the way we played well. I put my notes here. Shaw was playing brilliantly at centre back, covering everything, reading the game. And then we made some subs. Anthony for Sancho, Fred for Eriksen. Talk about that. Fred for Eriksen, Anthony for Sancho.
It worked. Yeah, let's be honest. I'm not sure Eriksen. There will be some games that Eriksen can play the whole 90 minutes, but I think he's realised that Eriksen starts, and when he sees his legs going, Fred comes on with an instruction, not just to run about the pitch like Fred does, but comes on with a specific instruction.
Yeah.
So that works. Obviously, Sabitzer, I like Sabitzer. I think he's a good player for Man United.
Yeah.
So that what was the other sub? You did two,
So we
didn't
had
you? Did Anthony?
Anthony came on for Sancho, and then Fred
Yeah,
came on for Ericsson.
yeah. Good,
So
good, good. I think that's a good. I think those were good subs. I'm not sure that. I'm still worried about Sancho. He had a half decent game today, but I'm still worried. Yeah, I'm still worried about Sancho. Not an issue that he came off. I think that Anthony came on. Anthony's probably going to start the next game, but Anthony has the desire, and that's the part of the game that maybe against Tottenham we didn't have. His subs were wrong. I'm not saying his subs are wrong, but they didn't come on and do specific roles. Anthony came on and he just stretched him. He didn't play him on the left, on the right. He played him on the left, which means he could go around the player. So.
Okay, I was going to go through a few comments because there's a few arguments going on here. Bath time saying here, how many times did we actually get in against it? Talking about the offside trap, because he was saying they played it really well. Bruno's goal was a complete fluke, he said. I don't think that's a fluke. You come and win your header as a centre midfielder, and then you get in because they're pushing up, and they probably don't expect it. You win your header, bam, suddenly you're in on goal, on a high line, there's spacing behind. That's not a fluke for me. That's well played to Man United. You won the first ball. You earn your own luck from that. So and as many times we've created opportunities by getting through, playing dink balls over the top.
That's what I thought.
Excellent, yeah.
There was times when we had three in behind them, and it was just Malacia had one where we crossed it. I think Tyrone Mings did something, and it kind of fell. But I think we were in quite a few times. I don't think the offside trap was that great, to be fair.
So Emma's saying here, after the first 20 minutes, Emery must have had a word with the team as they were sniffing out offside, as we were sniffing out their offside trap. So clearly, she's saying here we were beating the offside trap, and then Emery's had a word with them to try to sort of tweak it a little bit. Ed Mayhem saying here, his friend is a Villa fan, and he said that they deserved a draw. But one shot on target in the first half doesn't suggest that. Playing fancy back heels in the middle of the park pitch doesn't mean anything if you don't do anything with it. Emma's saying here, Bath time, you don't get fluky goals if you're offside. Jeff saying, Bath, I counted 3 times first half and 2 actual second halves. What did you have? Are they talking about? So how many times did we actually create chances? No, Bath saying, no, you don't, but that is to match the winner. United, you'd be gutted if it was United with deflection beating 3 well-positioned men. So obviously with Bruno,
you make your own luck. I'm sick and tired of this negativity, bruv. You make your own luck. If they didn't run, if he didn't win the header, if Rashford didn't run the line, and Bruno could have stopped at the edge of the box, expecting Rashford to score. He expected him to miss. So no, it was a great goal.
Me too. I agree with you. Bath time, I'm disagreeing with you today. We can discuss this another time. You don't deserve anything if you can't put the ball in the back of the net. Villa fans were singing Joel Grazer, we love you. Then Fernandez scored. Okay. Okay, it's all about the deflection and everything else. So, guys, that's another show. We can discuss that. But the ref was pathetic. He was from Australia too, says Box. Anyway, so we scored. Second half, I thought Villa came out a lot better. We talked about the subs. There's a penalty shout I felt from Rashford. He ran into the corner, edge of the box. Chambers came in behind him and sort of fell on him.
No, I think that was a bit soft. I think that was a bit soft. Yeah, I think it was a bit soft, to be fair.
And then from that, Casemiro had a shot from outside the box with his left foot.
Left foot, just curled round. Yeah.
And obviously, so Lindelof in the 80th minute, obviously they're pushing now. It's really they had 2 men up front by this point. Lindelof with that clearance off the line, Mr. B.
I listen, man. I thought it was in. You know, when you watch a game and you think they had the first chance, and then when that one, because it was a good shot, he took his time, he made the effort. And to see Lindelof jump up like that, all I'm waiting for is the ref to do this. You know, when he does it on his watch, like they've had the beep. And when it didn't come, I could have kissed my TV. Lindelof has cemented a big place in my heart because I think we should have. I think we deserve to win that game. And it's a game that we needed to win, regardless of the performance. I tell you who was pants today. De Gea, man.
Why?
I was so disappointed. The one thing he had to do where he went up for I think it was just in that passage of play as well, where he went up to push the ball over. This is a young central midfielder for who you like, Ramsey.
Yeah.
He went up for a challenge with Ramsey and we won the foul, but he's got no presence. It's like it's like you're waving a broomstick. You know, you need we need more presence from our goalie on Monday, man.
Yeah, I totally agree. Totally agree. I mean, it's not good enough. He can do better. We're not here ripping him, but we're just pointing out things what we're supposed to do on this show, to say where he can improve on, whether it's distribution, whether it's commanding the area. You need to do a lot better. There was one time he kind of punched it. I thought, you could just claim that, man. Come and claim that shit. But anyway, let's go through a few comments. No, McGinn, Casemiro tackle. He let them both go on and they played on. So obviously there was things where the referee let play on, or a lot given a penalty, for example. There was a shove and thing. It wasn't too much drama in the game, but I wouldn't say the ref had a bad game. But half time saying Lindroth and Dello were really good, and we owed him that for the clean sheet. Absolute determination, exactly what you need. It's a great comment. And he's also saying De Gea got bounced trying to get a high ball, like he was running to bounce some castle. Oh Lord. All right, so the manager, this is what I say. I love a 1-0 win where you see out the game. We've scored in early, the first 37th minute or something, and we've seen out the game and managed the game. And this includes bringing on Maguire for some bits, so going to a back five for the last few minutes, and Rashford and for Martial. And that meant 2 in midfield, or it was like a 5-4-1 with Martial up front. So the overall performance I felt was really good today. I'm just going to say, coming on straight after the show, I'm really excited. And I just thought, clean sheet against a top team like that, character, quality in midfield with the balls we were playing in, because we did, like with the stats in the first half, don't know the second half stats, but we had 8 shots to their 4. We had 324 passes there, 181, which shows that we were knocking the ball around better than they were. And they did, sometimes stats are a bit deceiving, but I didn't see them have one counter-attack in the first half where they sort of tried to get in and worked a little something, but nothing came of it. So the defense were brilliant. Midfield, Casemiro, I felt was really good on the ball today. And he bounced. It's like, you know what you said about receipts? We were on a podcast with Bath time the other day talking about receipts. The receipts are, Mr. B, I might play against you in September and kick you up your backside, and you might get me back in April. Do you understand what I'm saying? You might remember that and say, yeah, good game, see you later, have a pint, you want a pint? No, after the game. But in April, you clear me out. Casemiro, today, I felt with Jacob Murphy, he played against them, I think, before, and got bounced and got, physical. He was physical today. He's aware of now who's in the Prem, who's got what. I remember Anana moved him up. I remember now he knows. And it does take time to just say, that guy's strong. I need to make sure I'm really plant my feet with this. So I think Casemiro showed me today that he realizes, okay, I can't sleep on certain matches.
Levels. Good.
So overall performance, we're going to go to player rating next, but overall performance as a team, for me, was best performance I've had in weeks, maybe months.
So what you're going to give the whole team as a team performance, and what you're saying?
I think the whole team today, considering the circumstances, no defenders, not our main 2 defenders, a goalkeeper that doesn't claim his Malacia coming in, which was maybe questionable because he had a bit of a nightmare, didn't he, against Sevilla, and to come back and show character. The midfield pairing as well, and then after the game against Tottenham to come back against a team like Villa and really sort of neutralise them, apart from the last 10 minutes when obviously they're going to work it, put 2 up front. I think it was 8 out of 10. It's one of the best performances I've seen. And not just that, because the way we were able to break them down, whether it's over the top with Rashford, always that threat, many opportunities. The offside trap, we were caught a few times, but we created opportunities through going over the top. We were more direct. And then when we wanted to, the build up from the back with the third man runs, haven't seen that for a long time. And that was starting to click again. And the reason I haven't seen that for a long time is because Eriksen and Casemiro are key to this. Eriksen got his back to goal. Someone plays into Casemiro's feet with his back to goal. Pop it off 1, 2, 3, and someone's in. It's just so fluent. And intelligent players do that really well. So I thought 8 out of 10 for the whole performance for the team. Fair play, and we needed those 3 points today because we've got Brighton next week. His top 4 gives us a bit of breathing space now. Mr. B, performance.
Yeah, am I going man of the match of the whole team? I would give an 8.
Team, we come to the person.
I was happy. I would say a 7, maybe. Yeah, I think there's still room for improvement. It's been better than it has been, but I still think there's levels that I want us to reach before the season finishes. What we got? 6 games left. 4, 5 games. I don't know what we've got left, but I want to see a team get destroyed in that period from now till the end of the season.
I'm gonna go through some comments, then we go through the team rating. So Jeff's already gone for it. He's gone full out because he knows we do defense first. 5 for De Gea, as you were saying, Mr. B. Dalot and Lindelof, really good scores. Shaw, very good score. And Malacia, much improved, but he gives them a 6. Huge win. Big up from Robbie Norman saying it's a huge win. Most certainly. Lindelof was massive today. Absolutely solid. We're going to come to that defence now. Thanks for these comments, guys. Colin saying over the last couple of games, De Gea's cracks in his game started becoming the size of a Grand Canyon. Can't believe I'm saying that, but De Gea needs to be replaced and a number 2 at United.
Colin's
a goalkeeper coach.
Wow, he's loved him for ages. He's had the switch.
He's turned his head. After saying, were you not a bit disappointed on Monday with the last 5-10 minutes of game management? Casemiro was having a right to go at Bruno after the game for not closing it out, I imagine. I expected that. I think they went 2 up front, and then that's why the manager had to sort of make changes, bring Maguire on just to secure it, because we just didn't want them to score, did we? I mean, that was so important to work hard, play well, and then have them concede the last few minutes. So I don't know the instant you're talking about closing down. I can't remember that, to be honest, but I do think Fred coming on, which hustling and getting about players does help a little bit. And we didn't. I think we were a bit conservative. We didn't try to force it going forward. We just thought, let's just calm this down a little bit, which is good in-game management from the players. Jeff saying here, Casemiro 6. You're jumping the gun. We'll come on to that, but he logged it. 6-6-6 for the midfielders. I think we'll be fine in the final against City. That's from Robbie. Great tactical foul by Malacia in the 95th minute, for sure. I want to say hi to Miko. I haven't seen you for a while. Where have you been? Have you deserted us? No, welcome back, Miko. How you doing? Sancho, a 6, improved. He's jumped the gun completely. We get there. All right, before we go into the comments, just defense for you, Mr. B. Just run through how as a unit and how we played as defense, because a clean sheet against a team that scores every game.
Shaw and Lindelof, I think they've nailed themselves down as 3 and 4 in the squad. Whether or not that stays the same for next season is the interesting one, because Lindelof wants to be playing more regular than he has been playing. And guess what? Him playing like this is adding millions to his price. So if they don't bid for what we want, he'll have to stay and play how he's been playing. So it's not a problem. I think they were very, very good. I think they were very, very good centre backs. I would give Lindelof an 8.
Yeah.
The rest of them I'd give out. Dalot was good. Malacia, you know what? I'll give it 8 and all 7s. To be fair, I'll give him an 8, all 7s. De Gea, I wasn't really happy with De Gea's performance today, and I like De Gea, so I'm going to be giving him a 6.
Box saying a great tactical foul by Malacia, and that's something I have to say. That's a good thing. It's a good thing, guys.
Makes a change, yeah.
Yeah. The commentary, what they were saying, I was like, oh no, a free kick outside the box. But then the man said on commentary, he said, rather defend it as a team than let this guy run through on Malacia. He couldn't just let him go. So sometimes the tactical foul that is good. Barton saying that Casemiro is much better today. Still a few too many slides around and loses passes. But we're so much better when he plays. He just plays simple, which he started to do. Could have gone through for a mad foul. Yeah, I saw that. I thought Casemiro was really good today. Say bye to Jeff. He's off, guys. So see you in a bit. Next show. Barton saying, give us a Mings and Sancho observations. We will. I'll talk about Mings and you can do Sancho. We won, so the whole squad gets a 10. Yeah, fair enough. That's good. Sancho looked decent. Anthony came on a bit wasteful, but it's late in the game, I suppose. You know. What do you think about? Let's go to midfield now. Casemiro, Eriksen. I just thought they were outstanding today. I thought it helps us play. When we look at the team sheet, say, right, we're up against a physical team who can run, they can really dominate us. But when we got the ball, these guys are very good on the ball. And I felt the outlet was good, especially Casemiro. Getting out his feet, switching the play, bam, nothing. Not even having the first touch. He just, ball comes to him straight away. He's already scanned what he's going to do. And he's got good distribution, whether short or long. And we know what Eriksen does already. So those two were outstanding for me. I'm going to give them both a 7. That to me is good. And then I'm going to throw in Sabitzer as well. And I'm going to do the whole midfield. Sabitzer was disappointing for me. In those areas where he gets to play, I expect better touch. I expect better awareness. Maybe he's just off the pace today. But I'm comparing him to sort of Bruno, who plays that position many times, and he wasn't as good as Bruno. So I'm going to give him a 5. Sancho,
really?
Yeah. I'm going to give Sancho a 7 today. I thought Sancho was good. Kept the ball. I was really begging he would play today, not get dropped. That's 2 games in a row he's played, and I think we're starting to see some confidence come. He scored as well recently. I think he keeps the ball really well, retains the ball. He might not beat a man or take it, but at least we're not giving the ball away as a team. When you're high up the pitch, you give the ball away there, suddenly people have to sprint 100 yards to get back. You have to do it. And it's frustrating, especially if you're a midfielder or defender and you see a man give a ball away trying to take the people on. Sancho's conservative. He's turned conservative, whether you like that or not, and he's retaining the ball. Rather than try a little something, he said, right, nothing, Colin, let me just give it back. And Bruno on the right was fantastic. I'm going to give him 8. I think he was everywhere. Obviously, he scored the goal, anticipated that. And I throw in Rashford. Rashford was a 6, but he done well. He kept stretching them. Mr. B, just to finish off the team for us, please, from midfield to Rashford.
I won't disappoint. I won't argue with your points, to be fair. I want Sancho to run. I want Sancho, but I don't think it's not his game. Garnacho, we know Garnacho will come in and he'll try and run. It's not Sancho's game, but he didn't waste the ball, to be fair, today. Bruno said, my thoughts on Bruno. I want him to be our captain next season. Yeah. I want it to be given to Bruno. Regardless of who comes in or anything else, I want the captaincy. The issue would be who's vice captain when Bruno doesn't play. I think he was magnificent today again. I think he covers every blade of grass. Rashford, I want Rashford to score. Again, he's got 5 more goals and I win 50 quid. So,
wow.
Is
that a personal bet?
Yeah, that's with Artie. Cop talk, innit?
Okay.
So, yeah, he needs to hit another 6.
Mr. B, guys, get Sancho scoring.
Do those good luck dances. So, yeah, I would give the marks that you gave, bar Rashford, you gave Rashford a 6. I give Rashford a 7, but all the other marks were exactly the same as yours.
Okay, just going to do a few comments and we're going to round this up because we've got man of match to do as well, which has already been started by a column saying Lindelof. And that header at the end probably does give him some say in the man of match contention. Boxer saying Sancho looked decent and he was a bit wasteful. We've touched on that already. De Gea at number 4 and it's 8s and 7s for the rest of the team, says Colin. Anthony Herbert, how you doing, man? Anthony, I hope you're well. I haven't spoken to you for ages. Big up, lads. Good result for you guys today. Clean sheet, tactics were good. And clean sheet against Villa side, which is good as well. So here's the jury's out. Bartram saying did cut out a good cutback in the second half, but didn't see too much from constructive from him today. Justify Bruno at right wing. Okay, so Sabitzer maybe. There's still question marks. Sabitzer solid backup 11, but not a starter for a top team. To the box. Sancho crying at the ref almost led to a goal in the first half when he let his man go. Okay, I didn't see that either. So Boxer saying who will be the right wing next season? Rashford, new centre forward, seems locked. That's good shout. Dean Vlogs, how you doing? Hey lads, how are you? And he's saying wasn't able to watch the game today, but heard Bruno played well. He did, and he's always been his captain. Finally, Andy Herbert saying I would put £100 on that bet for you, Mr. B. Man of the match, Mr. B. I've got in contentions Lindelof, Shaw, and Bruno. Who you got? And who's your shout?
I'm going to go Bruno.
Why Bruno over Shaw and clean sheet Shaw and Lindelof?
I think Lindelof was great, but Shaw, I thought Lindelof was better than Shaw, and it would have only been out of them two. But Bruno's my guy, man. It's just yeah. My allegiance is going to be with Bruno, so that's the only reason. It's not that I thought Bruno played, but both level players. But yeah, I'm going to go with Bruno. He scored a goal.
Interesting. Now, what do you think, guys, in the comments? Who is the man of the match? I mean, Mr. B's gone for Bruno. Is that because he scored a goal? Isn't it? Shouldn't defenders? I'm here supporting defenders. Shouldn't defenders out for clean sheets as well? Isn't that good as a goal? Boxing here, Bruno, Casemiro, and Martinez, Varane seem to be like the core leadership group. Do you agree with that, Mr. B? So you say those 4 players, experience, leadership, have to be on the pitch. That makes us strong.
Yeah, I agree. We've got a spine. We have the spine. I just want more. I want more players to add to that first team, so we know once that team goes out, we know we need business.
Interesting. This we talked about De Gea earlier. The Bath time saying their goalkeeper Martinez deserves a shout for showing what a sweeper keeper basically is. They played a high line. He was the one sweeping up behind. Not afraid. Emma saying here to box, I think it'll be different for different situations, different players for different situations, as we have a few who can play right wing and another position. So there's a bit of rotation that Emma's suggesting there. DM Vlogs is saying, do you think we can play well against Brian away as the form on our road? Our form on the road is poor at the moment. That's Let's check out our preview show and see how that goes. 1-0 so far to Liverpool against Spurs. Is that doing us a favour or not? I think Liverpool seem to be on the march. I'd like to see a draw.
They're too far behind. Liverpool are too far behind. I'm not even.
So there's 2 people here, 3 people actually. We've got Ed Mayhem's going for Lindelof, man of the match. Bath Time says Lindelof as well. And Emma, is that because of the last-ditch header off the line?
He had a good game. He had a good game before that. To be fair.
Okay, fair enough. So Liverpool creeping up. Well, how is our top 4 chances looking now, Mr. B? That was a big relief, no?
Yeah, I'm glad. We just keep on doing it. I don't have a problem with Liverpool. Liverpool can keep creeping up, unless it's in our hands, and it's not just in our hands. Unless we capitulate, then I'm convinced that 4th is ours.
So you think it's Newcastle and United third
and
4th?
Yeah.
Whatever
order. Yeah.
Okay. But there's been forms, Liverpool on form, Villa on form, Brighton have got games in hand. Do you suspect any of those teams to sort of really be pushing?
Brighton's the only team that we need to worry about out of all of those teams, and I think that's because they've got the games in hand. I think it's got their games in hand. So Brighton, I'll take Brighton.
Yeah, so but you say that we have them next week. This is my point. So you're saying top 4 is okay, but we've got to play Brighton next week, and they're another team like Villa in and around us.
We're going to do Brighton next week. Trust me.
Okay.
I'm confident. I'm going to say that with my pigeon chest out. Yeah. We're going to win next week.
And it looks like Spurs are falling apart against Liverpool.
Something to go and watch.
Here, in my opinion, don't sell Lindelof and Wan-Bissaka. They've been great under Eric Ten Hag. Just sign a striker, centre midfielder, and a backup centre back, and a goalkeeper. So it's quite simple from DM Vlogs. To be honest, we probably want Liverpool to be in the top 4 over Newcastle, so there's not ahead of schedule, and we only need 9 points to secure top 4. Is that right? Okay, that's achievable. Okay, fair enough. Brighton draw away would be great, says Box. Yeah, that's another week. But it's been a week of a draw, 2-0 up against Spurs. We come back to draw, and we finish off the week with a 1-0 home win against Villa. Overall, it's a good week for Man United Football Club.
Very good week.
You're forgiving the guys for White Hart Lane.
Not quite.
What's on the menu next week, guys? Mr. B, let us know what's on the menu.
Oh, Lord have mercy. What we got? Monday. Oh, we ain't got no game. When's our next game is what? Thursday?
Yeah.
So we'll have the preview on Thursday. So we'll do a topical one tomorrow. We'll find something in the chat to talk about, guys.
Okay.
We'll find something in the chat,
guys. There's still news coming out about the sale of the club. So Rebel will be back on Tuesday to drop anything about that. And I know you missed the watch long today. Mr. B was busy, but we will be back for Thursday and Brighton. So don't worry, guys. It's not the end. But as for Villa, they tried. They tried to triumph up, but we destroyed them with a nice 1-0. See the game out kind of result. Mr. B, thanks for joining me. And
no problem.
We're signing out. God bless everyone. See you later.